Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Patera with you today. We are making one of my favorite dishes. I love this. This is going to be an asparagus, bacon, cheddar clafoutis. Wonderful dish to make in your large cast iron. We're going to go through all the steps. Very simple, easy, and fun. A lot of times when you hear about this, it's known to be more like a French dessert. So you have the batter and it's mixed more with things like cherries or pears. We'll go that route too at some point. But today we're going to have a brunch item with my wonderful potatoes already cooking up. So let's get started. All right, guys, you're going to want to preset your oven and get it going at 425. That's the degrees you're going to need in order to bake it. So get that preheating going. All right, I've got my 10-inch Lodge cast iron on the stovetop, ready to start heating up to fry up my bacon. The recipe calls for 8 ounces of bacon, so that's going to be about a half a pack if you get a whole pound. So just gauge that. If you do a little bit more, a little bit less, it's all going to be okay. All right, guys, so all I've simply done is taken my bunch of asparagus, washed it, still a little bit wet, but that's okay, and then I chopped it into large pieces, about 1 to 2 inch pieces, starting from the top. You do want the tips all the way down to the bottom. I took off the ends, of course, and so you're just going to let that sit for a few minutes, let that just kind of be ready to go as you start to fry up your bacon. So here we go. All right, guys, so the oven is preheating, the asparagus is cut, washed, ready to go, and the bacon is frying up in the pan, as they say, the Lodge cast iron. So now I'm going to actually make the custard, okay? What that's going to be is 5 eggs. We have 5 farm fresh eggs, just glorious. We have 1/2 cup of flour. I use the plain flour from King Arthur. And then you're going to use about 3/4 of a cup of milk. All you're going to do is put all 3 of these items into your blender. You're going to blend it up to make it. And then, maybe push down anything that comes up on the sides and just let that blend and mix really smooth and then let it rest. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, guys, so the custard is resting in the blender. It's blended and ready to go. I have removed the bacon from the actual pan, turned it down just a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the asparagus into the bacon grease, and I'm going to let it cook and tenderize for about 5 to 6 minutes. All of that yumminess right there. All right, guys, so we have the asparagus tenderizing in the actual cast iron skillet. Now, some folks will take this out and use possibly a casserole dish. I'm not doing that. We're going to leave it all in there. And what I'm going to do is take some butter, and I don't want to burn myself, so I'm going to go along the sides because this is really going to puff up. So I'm just going to run some extra love, if you will, you can see right there, on the sides. Okay, take care of that. The next thing I'm going to do is I've already grated up a little bit of fresh ground pepper. I'm going to put that in there. And then that bacon that you saw earlier, I have clipped it up. And I'm putting my best pieces in there. And I'm simply going to mix this, okay? I'm going to mix this up. This is the heart of it right here. I'm going to let that sit for a minute, and we're going to phase 2. Actually, this is like phase 20, but you get the point. All right, here comes an awesome stage. Now that we've got everything going in here, the bacon and the asparagus, the butter on the side, and the pepper all mixed, I'm coming in with about 4 ounces or so of freshly grated cheddar cheese. The recipe calls for about 4 ounces. You know, if you get in 5 or 6, are we really going to worry about that? I don't think so. So you're simply going to just place this right on top. No mixing. Layer it right on top there, and it's starting to melt and smell so good. All right, guys, next and final phase before we put it in the oven is you're gonna add your filling, your custard. That yummy stuff that was in the blender, you're just gonna pour it right on top. Right on top. That's it. Let it do its thing. All right, guys, we're gonna put this in the oven that's already preheated at 425 for about 25 minutes. You need to eyeball it, might be 20 in your area, so let's see how she turns out. You're gonna love it. All right, guys, here she is. We're gonna cut her up and we're gonna serve her as our brunch today with some wonderful fried potatoes. You can see how this turned out. It really puffs up, okay? So this is gonna be fabulous. It took about 20 minutes, so if you really get your oven heavily preheated, you might want to look around the 20-minute mark. So this is what we've got. We appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take care out there. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you like what you see here at Appalachia's Homestead, check us out on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest. And my tummy is rumbling. Y'all take care.